located. Friendly guard dog is on his way. Recon mission ready. Find the bastards. Fury kill. Hardpoint activated. Enemy has the hardpoint. Glide bomb ready for target.
Hello my friends, this is Splish and welcome to my first Call of Duty Vanguard video on my channel. First off, I want to say thanks to Activision Nordic for sending me a code. Actually, as you can see, I had some stuff unlocked already. I think this was the Ultimate Edition, is that what it's called? Nevertheless, it gave me a chance to get some good variants of the guns or blueprints, so I didn't really have to start from the beginning, if that makes sense, with some of the classes. It's going to be a lot of sniping, of course, because that's mainly what I do, and I hope you're going to enjoy the gameplay. It's going to be a lot of sniping, and as you can see, I got a lot of nice clips and streaks here already in the beginning, like the first hours, and I think that was enough for me at least to feel that yes, I'm gonna continue to play the game. I'm gonna continue to make videos on my channel, so if you like Call of Duty Vanguard and of course also other shooter games, because I have a variety of games that I play on my channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so we can discuss this even further. But back to this game, I wasn't really hyped, to be honest, after I played the beta. There were some things in there that I didn't really like, and some things that I was hoping that they will look over when it comes to the game now being released. By the way, I'm playing on PC, so that's what you're watching, and that's also my kind of impressions, apparently. For example, when I started up the game, I was happy to see that they have made it possible for you to transfer your settings from former Call of Duty games. I choose mine from Cold War, and I think that's really nice. You save time, you get the same settings. The mouse sensitivity was kind of weird, so I had to do that like manually, do it over again, but that's okay, that's fine. When it comes to performance, it has been performing really well. Sure, I have a good setup, a good rig, but on the other hand, it can be a problem even so. We know that from former releases. So technical-wise or performance-wise, when it comes to the actual gameplay, it has been running really smooth, which is of course very, very important when you play in a shooter game. There's probably going to be more talk about the actual net code and whatever have you, but right now I can't say so much more than I just said about it. But two things that I want to mention that I know a lot of people have been talking about, and me included, when it comes to the beta, was the visibility in the game, which is quite hard still. Sure, you get used to it more after some time, but since the colors are a bit grayed out on many maps, it can therefore be hard to spot enemies and see them. I like a lot of colors when it comes to shooter games and games overall. And I know that this is a World War II game, but I don't really get it when people are saying, well, it's World War II, so it has to be like this. But because in my book, the sky was as blue in 1944 or whatever have you as it is now in 2021. So it's more of a designer choice, I would say. So therefore, it actually works better when you get onto the maps that has more colors here, because then you can see the contours, you might say, of the actual players a bit better. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Another thing that I was surprised to see, not sure if I experienced this in the beta, but when people are throwing nades, which I do think they have to look into, it becomes almost like these nade spam areas, and it's just raining nades all over the place. But the fact that the blast of the normal nades puts up so much dirt and dust that gives this kind of a white cloud. I thought at first it was smoke, actually. Someone using smoke. You can see probably in some of the clips here. That also makes it really hard sometimes when you're trying to, you know, see enemies that are further away from you than like 1 or 2 meters in the game. I'm saying meters, I'm from Europe, so hello. Not sure if you have experienced this, but I have, and I think they should look into that as well. The footsteps are still, when it comes to audio, almost non-hearable. And that can be a problem, I think, especially when you're close to an enemy, and I mean, you can't really hear the footsteps, and I wish they could actually tune that up a bit. I know that some people like it as it is right now, but for me, when I all of a sudden have an enemy close to me and I have good headphones, but I didn't hear him, it can be really annoying. It becomes a bit strange also when you are considering that there's something called dead silence in the game. So maybe they look into this, maybe they don't. Another good thing when it comes to the game is that you will get 16 maps at launch. At least that's what they say. I haven't really played them all yet. I think most of them are good, or at least decent. We talked about colors and visibility. I'm not going into that. Definitely some maps are better than others when it comes to actually seeing enemy players and so forth. I guess you will find your favorite soon when you start to play the game. But again, this is on the plus side if you get that kind of content. And I think they're gonna add their version here on Nuketown on November 17th. So add that also to the game. Back to the actual gameplay, and there are two things I want to mention here. First off, I do believe that the time to kill is a bit too fast in my taste. This is always a topic and a topic of discussion, of course. But for me, if there's a hardcore mode in the game, which it is, then I think they should slow this down a bit. It gives an opportunity for people to return fire and get better firefights. Just tune it down a bit, and I think it's gonna be really, really good. Another thing I would like to tune down is also flinch. In this game is quite almost ridiculous in my taste. I know some people think that this has to be there for balance. I've never got that really. I just think it's a weird feature from the start. But okay, if it's gonna be here, at least bring it down a bit. Right now when you're getting shot at certain moments, your gun is going sky high. So please tune that down. There are also things to say about weapon or weapon unbalances, but that will be probably another video. I have to see what's gonna happen after the first patches as well. I can say this, if you like to play with SMGs, for example, you're gonna love this game. That's what's just a small hint. It's nothing new, of course, when it comes to powerful weapons in a Call of Duty game. But I have to say, I didn't have like super high expectations going into this, but so far I've had fun playing the multiplayer. That's like the important thing to say here, and maybe that will go for you as well if you have been considering to buy the game. If it's worth like the 60, 70 or 80 bucks, I'm not sure. Not yet. I have to play more. Thanks for watching, and take care, my friends out there. Game on, and later.